Konnichiwa, Minisan.
Hello and welcome to Famicast 287, your Famicast for the latter parts of February 2025. I'm your host, Danny Bivens, and right now I'm joined by James Charlton.
That's right now. Happy Valentine's Day. Looking forward to White Day, Danny, I'm sure.
Yeah, hey, I mean, I got some chocolates and stuff like that on Valentine's Day. That was nice. So I've been kind of picking out on that stuff. Now I have to.
I hope we don't have any new listeners who are like, "What the hell is White Day?"
Yeah,
if you've been listening for a while, you should know what White Day is by now.
If you've been listening for a while, yes, you know what it means. But if you don't, or just for a refresher, in Japan and Taiwan, I think South Korea, they have kind of like Valentine's Day is for the girls to get guy stuff, and White Day is for guys to get girls stuff.
But only white guys.
Only white guys. Yeah, weird, really strange thing, especially in a country full of predominantly Asian people. But
exactly,
that's what it is. No, it's not. But yeah, we got kind of a bit of a light show today for you, but I think we got some deep cuts with some stuff. We're gonna get back to some JAPANews. There's been some cool, semi-interesting stuff that has been happening, and But without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump on into new business. And to kick things off, JC, would you mind taking the reins?
So, yeah, I'm playing a game which I saw in a direct. I can't remember which year it was, but it was a while back. I immediately thought, wow, that looks cool. It is TOEM. I think it's pronounced TOEM.
I think so too.
TOEM. All capital letters, not English. I think, it's some kind of Norwegian language. I don't know which country. I probably should have checked that. But it was just so visually interesting. It's like a completely black and white, but it was like from this isometric view, and it was a photography game where you're playing this like little cute character with a camera, and you can take pictures and stuff. I thought, wow, that looks really cool. And I put it on my wish list, and I just totally forgot about it. And I guess it just hadn't been on sale. But I got the email from my uncle, and it said, hey, TOEM's on sale. And it was like 500 yen.
Okay.
Which I think it's usually about 3,000 yen. It's like 2,000, 3,000. It's quite a premium indie game. It's like, it's very well made, very well crafted, big. Well, I don't know about big budget, but it looks like it's big budget.
Sure.
Should I share my video first, Annie, or you
sure.
Do the trailer? Yeah. So I just captured a little video from the Switch directly, using the capture button thing.
Right.
So yeah, it is exactly what I wanted. It is exactly as good as I thought it would be, and I'm really, really pleased with it. So the cool thing is, like, from the trailers, it kind of made it look like the camera is fixed. So it's not. You can spin the camera around wherever you go, and you can take it's like you're taking pictures like in a 3D environment. So like, it's not like oh crap. Have I got the sound on?
No,
Danny?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't hear it at least.
I'll just turn it down on my end because
Sure.
I can't hear myself talk.
Good idea.
But yeah, you can see like I'm spinning in the camera around, and zooming in with the triggers.
Ooh.
And the character kind of remains like a 2D sprite. It's kind of like, think about how Mario Kart 64 used to be, or
even say like Paper Mario. I mean, they do a similar.
Oh yeah, Paper Mario, but also like 3D games when the like Mario 64 eras 3D games. Not a lot of, but like some objects in the 3D worlds were like just 2D sprites.
Sure.
And the characters in this game are like that, but most of the objects in the worlds are 3D, completely 3D, but just kind of like textured in a way that it makes it look like, if you're not moving the camera, it makes it look like it is 2D. It looks like, like a a drawing or something like that, like
Sure.
thick black lines, and looks, looks really, really cool. I just really love the look of this game, and it didn't disappoint. Like, it's really kind of atmospheric and like just pleasing to play. It's just like, it's a very joyful, nice, happy game. So what you're basically doing is obviously taking photos of stuff in the environment, and you'll get sometimes you'll get objectives, like people will ask to have pictures of certain things. Others will just be kind of like general objectives, almost like kind of like achievements, like in the Xbox, PlayStation sense, like take pictures of, something, X amount of things in the environment, and you'll get rewarded for that.
Sure.
Like there's like one guy who really likes ghosts, and it's like, take a picture of a ghost in every town, and he'll reward you with these stamps.
Okay.
So you're collecting these stamps, and you basically move from town to town, or I think it's different towns, and they all look very kind of similar. And did I go past that bit already? It was like I was on a bus. Wait, did I pass that bit, or did I not get that? Oh yeah, this bus here.
Mhm.
So you can see here I was in Homelander.
Okay.
Not from The Boys. And then once I got enough stamps, I can then get on the bus. The guy, there's like a little bus guy and he says, "Oh, you got enough stamps. You can now get a free ride to the next town." And then the bus comes along.
Bus guy.
Speaking of bus guy, Ty has arrived.
The
There he
bus
is.
enjoyer has arrived.
Yeah. And now I'm in Oaklaville, so I'm in the next town along.
It's weird. That's where Ty came from, actually.
Right. So so basically the game structure is, you earn enough stamps to get a bus pass to the next town.
Okay.
I'm on the third town. I just got to the third town now, and they seem to get bigger and bigger, and with more and more NPCs in the towns. Like in the first town is like literally just your house and another guy's house, and that's it. So you're just doing like very simple things, just almost like a tutorial.
Sure.
But in the second town, you're kind of doing a lot. Like I don't know if you saw that bit where there's like a guy dancing, like a DJ, like one of the
you had the foam finger thing.
This guy here. So one of the objectives was take a photo of a DJ, and I'm like, at that point I've already explored like the whole town, and I'm like, where the hell's the DJ? But there is like one part of the town that was kind of closed off by this guy in sunglasses, and he requested something to get through. Or like he wanted me to. I didn't look cool enough. It's like your clothes, your clothes are not cool enough to get in this club. Come back when you got some cool threads or something like that.
The feeling.
So basically I got, I did another objective where I was rewarded with a cool foam finger. And then he let me into this club, and then I could take a picture of the DJ.
Okay.
And that then I could get something else from the guy who originally asked me for a photo of a DJ. So it's kind of like all of these kind of interconnecting stories and NPCs who are asking for, various things revolving around photographs, obviously, because it is a photography game. And it's just like the way everything kind of links together is really kind of satisfying. And you kind of get to know these characters in the town. It's like when you first arrive and someone says, I want a picture of like, some little creatures that hang around in packs and stuff like that. And you're like, okay, I have no idea what the hell he's talking about. But once you've explored the town and you kind of get to know everyone and you know all of the things and the objects and the creatures, and then you kind of like, okay, now I know what that guy was talking about. You take a photo and you go back to where he was, and then he rewards you for it. So it's kind of like, listening to the townsfolk and being observant of your surroundings, and will kind of help you, do your objectives. So, but it's such a like low pressure thing. You're just kind of like enjoying yourself.
Sure.
You're not really you don't have any time limits. There are no timers in this game. There is nothing that can kill you in this game. You are literally just enjoying it. It's kind of like almost like what was it called? A short hike?
Yeah, I was just thinking the exact same thing. I mean,
I don't think you can die in that game, right? It's just like
I don't think like not like by like monsters or something like that.
Yeah. It's kind it's in that vibe. You are exploring a pleasant looking environment and then kind of like checking off objectives in the environment.
Okay. By the way, James, I did find the release date for this too on Switch and PC. It originally came out in September 2021, and it just hit Xbox One and Series S back in July 2023. And the developer and publisher, they're called Something We Made, and they're Swedish.
There it is.
Yeah. And actually, there's a sequel that's on the way. It's apparently scheduled to be released in 2026. Yeah. This is according to Wikipedia, which is this particular bit of news is according to Gematsu, actually.
So, okay, cool. Yeah, so you can you start off just like a regular like slowly walking kind of dude, but you'll get like trainers and shoes and my foam finger and things like your character will get faster or be able to do like it's kind of like very very light RPG ish, kind of like upgrading your armor or whatever. Sure. It's kind of like that in that vein, but you're not you're not fighting anyone. But it's really cool. Like I think you kind of forget that it's all in black and white. Like when I'm watching videos now, I'm like, oh yeah, right. There is no color in this game. But like, I guess just the way everything's just so vivid and like nice, like pleasantly rendered and like, it's so sharp and clear and crisp. It's like you don't feel like, it's like without color, it's vivid even without color.
Sure. No, I feel it. Like I did too think it actually looked really, really sharp. Even on our feed that we have, and I know the quality is not like the best or anything like that, but I think you can get a good sense for that from these video clips. So
for 500 yen, I mean it's like bargain of the century. Sure. I'm just like put it on your wish list. If it's on Xbox, is it on Game Pass?
Yeah.
Is it on Game Pass? Or?
Don't know about that.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll check later.
If it's on Game Pass, absolute no brainer to download it and play it. It's it's super fun. Like really kind of interesting humor. It's not like laugh out loud, but it's just like the writing is really good, and it has, now we know it's Swedish. Like it has a certain kind of it has that atmosphere of like being in a North European country. Like the characters and the feeling is kind of like that. And so many. Well, I don't know about the Xbox version, like how it will do the achievements, because like the game is basically achievements. The game, so like achievements for completing the achievements in the game, like that would be pretty wild. Pretty interesting how they would do that. But really enjoying it so far, and awesome price for an awesome game. Highly recommended.
Again, TOEM.
Yes, TOEM. Yeah, that's
just because I think
TOEM. I don't like that on podcasts when people talk about a game for 20 minutes and then they're like, "Buy it now," and you're like, "Okay, what was it again?"
How do you spell that?
Yeah,
TOME. Sorry, TOEM.
Okay.
It's not tome. It's not tome. It's TOEM.
TOEM.
It's Tome.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Cool. All in capital letters. And from the, I think we may. I think this is going to be mentioned in news today, but I downloaded it from the Japanese eShop and it's entirely in English.
Okay.
Completely. Good. No problems there. All the languages are, because the game that I talked about a couple of episodes ago, the F1 game, the GP All-Stars game, like that is Japanese and English. That's it. But if you download it from the Western stores, it's like English, Spanish, German. It's like 20 languages. But the Japanese version is Japanese and English. That's it. Thanks to our friends at Rainy Frog. They're because they're gaijins who live in Japan, and they're like, yeah, we're doing this for Japanese folk, but we know that people live in Japan that speak English, so yeah, we'll
God
keep
bless
English in there as well. God bless them.
Yeah, that's great.
Because I got banned with that. Was it Yono the elephant?
Yono and the celestial elephant. Yeah. Was that only in Japanese? I thought it had English. No. Okay.
Nope. Because I was sold on it by like Danny's review. I was like, oh man, I love this, and it was on sale. I was like, boom, buy it. Didn't check anything. I was like, okay, why is it all in Japanese and like really bad Japanese? And it's like, oh fuck. And it was like, yeah, language locked. Rip. But this is not. TOEM is not.
Yeah. I mean, this is a situation that a lot of you guys out there probably don't have to deal with. But I mean, it's something that we have to deal with. So we will talk about it on the show every once in a while and stuff. So that's for sure.
It affects upwards of 3 people.
Yeah.
On this podcast.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. Cool.
All right then. Next.
All right. Well, Ty, would you mind going next?
Yeah, so I've been busy getting a new job in apartment. Things are going well, actually.
Good.
So I haven't had a lot of time to play games. I've been playing
Achievement unlocked. Real life achievement unlocked.
It sucks, fam. Anyway, I haven't.
It's weird because your apartment looks exactly the same.
Yeah, well, you can tell I moved some stuff around. Yeah, there's probably going to be a couple of fun episodes where I'm on the floor again. That was fun. Good times. Maybe we'll do that for old time's sake.
Dude, I did that for probably about, I don't know, 8 or 9 years of the duration of the show. That sucks. If you do get a good floor chair.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a shared experience among gaijin in Japan, maybe among all people in Japan, is living on the floor for a while.
Yeah. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it just absolutely sucks ass. It really just depends.
Yeah. Like if you have a nice tatami floor, it's a real pleasure. Actually, it's so comfy.
Yeah.
If you're like on some like hardwood Leo Palace piece of shit, it sucks ass.
And it's probably really freaking cold too in the wintertime. It sucks.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, I've packed up all my figures.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah. All but one. I'll find the box for it sooner or later. I think it's back in that over there.
Okay. Behind him.
Yeah. So actual video games. I've been playing a little Project Zomboid actually before I go to bed because I find it chills me out because a lot of it is just like, organizing, and you can kind of play it like a farming game now in the new build.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways to play that game, and a lot of the time it's as chill or as stressful as you make it. So it's kind of been a game I've been playing to chill out before I go to bed. Other than that, I've been playing Street Fighter 6, the bare minimum it takes to get the battle pass done.
Okay.
Yeah, so that means basically getting on, like playing like a set of matches with some other guy until he decides to quit, and then dipping. And that's actually incredibly efficient if you just like take care of the daily challenges. You can actually finish the pass playing very few matches as long as you do them in such a way that you do the little challenges. What else? Nikkei. Okay. The gacha life is rough, man. Okay, so
yes, that's why I don't partake personally.
Okay.
That's just that's my choice.
So I don't spend money on this game other than that one time I spent like 150 yen.
Right.
It was such a deal. Like if they did that like every week, I would do it every week. But it was a one-time thing.
Sure. I mean, that's like a Coke or a coffee.
Yeah, it's basically nothing for like 10 pulls. That's a steal.
Yeah.
Like even if you get trash, it's still worth it.
Sure. Yeah. So that's the risk.
Yep. So the current event, which ends in like an hour, it's a pirate made event.
Of course.
I guess. Yeah. Make of that what you will. There's 2 characters. They're like made versions of like some very nautical themed characters, and one, I swear to God, I saved all my gems in my free pool passes or whatever they're called. I swear I did like 200 fucking pulls, and like over a couple weeks, and I did not get the character. It was severe, like a severe outlier.
Ew.
Yeah, and so it was like yesterday I got it, just like scrounging up gems from like the little in-game activities and stuff,
Okay.
not putting in any real money, and like I finally got her.
Good.
And, yeah, and then the other character, same odds of pulling. I'm like, oh fuck, here we go, and I get her on the first pull.
Wow.
Right? It's an emotional roller coaster, I'll tell you. Yeah.
We got a comment in the chat here too, from Balls. First, he's like, "Hey, it's family time,"
Balls.
and also directed at you. It's like, "Hey, a new house for anime trash for the anime trash."
Yeah,
Nice.
it is going to be a new house for anime trash.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I could start planning it from the beginning.
Right.
Absolutely disgusting. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Sure.
It's gonna be another fuck ass Leo Palace,
But
but it's gonna have a loft.
Oh, I had a loft.
Yeah. I don't know if it's exactly the same as like your old one.
Yeah,
but
because you
it's
stayed
cool.
there once or
Yeah.
twice, right?
Yeah. I've been there. I vaguely remember it.
Yeah. It's been a long time for me too.
So yeah, I'll be able to live out my fun like tree fort, bunk bed, childish fantasies up there.
it's cool at first, and then if you're like drunk or sometimes it's just really cold up there.
When you
it's really
stick
fucking
your
hot.
leg through the ladder and you fall down and
Oh yeah.
pull it out of the socket. Yeah,
Dude, I had an apartment that had a pull down like attic style ladder.
Yeah.
And like it broke, like the big spring on it just popped off somehow.
Wow.
And then the apartment guys were like, I was like, "Hey, can you guys like fix this? Because I literally can't go up there because I'm afraid it's gonna break." And they sent somebody out and stuff like this, and they couldn't even fix it. And then they had the gall to say like, "Yeah, and that's gonna be like 8,000 yen." I was like, "I am absolutely not paying for this at all." Because come on, if there's a weight limit, you got to tell me. I'm not that big, but Jesus Christ. Yeah.
I think I found the first one, Ty. I think this is when you first moved in. Or the camera angle is slightly different.
What is the angle there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I recognize that Leo Palace door. And Leo Palace, it's an apartment.
Yeah, that's angled towards that over there.
Yeah.
Devoid of anything.
And you have to play the Switch like a dog.
Right? Yeah, I couldn't move. Didn't have my good consoles moved in yet. Damn shame.
Oh man,
oof!
What a time. Zega was on that episode. There you go.
Nice.
Episode 173. So that was season 4, the start of season 4. So you've lasted 4 seasons. Ty,
yeah.
In that place.
Yeah, has been a good run here, but I'm going to be out of here sometime next month.
Sure. Okay.
Sure.
Good luck.
All right. Yep. More Nikkei trash. Actually, like tomorrow is like the big update for Nikkei. They're doing the second Evangelion event. They're adding 2 new main story chapters. They're adding some kind of community app. I have no idea what that's gonna fucking entail.
Following in Nintendo's footsteps.
Oh yeah. I hope it's like Miiverse or whatever with just like
Miiverse is fun. Like their stupid thing now, and it's like, you want to talk to your friends? Hey, use our app. You could work for like 2 games. Great.
Yeah. I can't wait to see like the most deranged shit imaginable on there.
Right.
I will report.
Oh, Ty,
back.
what about that booby game? I wanted to ask you about that one. There's a Nikkei crossover.
There's so many.
Nikkei crossover game, like a 3D.
That's the game that Genki likes.
You're talking about Stellar Blade? That's not really crossover. It's same developer.
Yeah, it is the same developer. Okay. They have 2 games.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So they made a PlayStation action game. It's Nier Automata at home.
Right.
But I guess I don't know if it's just cosmetic stuff or not. No. I think there's cosmetics and like the character they showed was a new boss. I heard. I don't know. I'm not planning on playing Stellar Blade anytime soon.
Well, I think it's on PC as well. It's not PlayStation exclusive. Well, it's console exclusive, but not. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still not really making plans around playing it.
People that play it like it. I have obviously Ginky likes it. I have another friend that picked it up because of seeing like Ginky talk about it and stuff, and he actually really enjoys it too.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's the boobs, but in 3D. Come on,
it might be the butts. I don't know.
Yeah, but they did it. The what's her face is also going to be in Nikkei at some point in the future, probably after the Evangelion event. Who knows?
Okay.
I'm curious if like she's going to be like a permanent addition you can pull at any time, or if she's going to be limited like the other like licensed crossover characters.
I somehow got pushed a trailer on YouTube for a Miku movie. And it's in Japanese, but it's like got English subtitles called like a Miku without a voice or something like that.
Oh,
it's like a new Miku like in the theater movie, and it's getting a English translation. I was like, okay, why am I being shown this video? Did Ty log into my profile and?
Yeah. Right. Is your phone on and listening to the words I say?
Right. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so that's what I've been playing. Not a whole lot, but I'm still clicking those Nikkeis.
Okay, well, just to catch up with the comments here too, Lemonade, he'd commented on your room. He said, the differences. He's like, yeah, it's a pretty big difference. But then Balls goes on to say, he's like, yeah, I think I like your place better this way, like this way as it is right now. It's lived in.
Yeah,
So.
it's kind of like living in like a sick toy store.
Yeah, exactly. And Lemonade also commented here too. He said, I would probably play Stellar Blade if it was on Xbox. Sure.
Rip.
Maybe there's some other people like that too. For sure. But all right, well, I'll go ahead and close out new business for us. And this is definitely not new, but it's something that I've been playing here very recently. So, I posted a review about this, like a retro review about this just last week. And the game in question today is NFL Blitz on the Nintendo 64.
Well,
very old. Yeah, very old. So just a show of hands while I'm getting like the video ready and stuff like this. How many of you guys have played this?
Hell yeah.
Hi, James. I can't see your hands. Don't know what you're doing down there. Still moving.
Dog, I played the arcade one that had the Nintendo 64 memory card slot on it.
Awesome.
That was
awesome.
That was real.
Yeah. James, I mean, yeah, you didn't get into
I was forced to play a lot of wrestling games on 64 because all my friends were really into wrestling.
Cool.
And, we usually had, at least 4 or 5 guys playing N64 at the same time. And I'd be like, okay, guys, let's play GoldenEye. And then later, okay, guys, let's play Perfect Dark. And everyone would be like, no, let's play whatever NWO fucking wrestling game. And it's like, oh.
World Tour or Revenge.
Cool. Let's go.
Dude, I would have loved it.
There are a lot better games. Yeah.
No, I kind of get that. They're probably just like, nerd, we're gonna play sports games.
Yeah. Right.
Anyways, so NFL Blitz, I mean, it's very much a exaggerated version of the NFL, and I think that's why a lot of people liked it back in the day. Just throwing up some video.
NBA Jam, but for American football.
Actually, literally, yes, because I mean, it's brought to us by Midway. Some of the big developers that were actually involved in NBA Jam also were really high profile involved with the creation of NFL Blitz too. Like one thing that they had said, it's developers names Mark Turmel and Sam DeVita. They said that we're trying to do for the NFL franchise what we did for the NBA franchise, create a fun arcade style game with faster gameplay and more spectacular moves than other football games out there, being American football. So I mean,
strike one.
I was waiting for it. So Ty, I mean, it's interesting. You got to play this in the arcade. Was it before the console release? Well, if you have the,
I think it was after, actually.
Yeah, it has to be if it has that memory card slot on there because, like Ty said, I mean, it originally released in the arcades in '97, then it released on consoles, N64 and PlayStation in 1998. And yeah, because you could take your memory card from the N64 and plug it into the arcade unit, because you could actually make your own plays in the game, which is kind of a
Yes.
cool thing to do. If you have a mind for that, I do not, even though I love American football, I just don't. That's just not fun for me to do that. But cool.
I
feature.
made some good plays.
Oh, did you? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How many N64 games did that, by the way, apart from this?
It might have been just the one.
Yeah, I can't
Like
think of anything
Pokemon
else.
Snap doesn't really count, right? Because that was
Yeah.
like
Right.
just a printer, right?
Yeah, and that was Blockbuster, and it wasn't a memory card. I think you actually just bring your.
Oh, you
game.
actually took in the cartridge?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, a decade later, I did it with F-Zero AX in Japan. That was
Sure.
pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's a cool feature, and obviously, well, not really a big of a deal these days. That online connectivity with arcade machines is kind of not really doesn't really matter, I suppose, at this point. I was gonna say Blitz,
Yeah.
no, Balls actually commented here too. He said Blitz was so much fun in the arcade. Cool. I never played it in the arcade. I only played it on N64. I didn't own it. Just a buddy had it, and sometimes I'd played at his place. Yeah, so I mean, a lot of stuff to do, but I mean, the bread and butter here is playing with other friends and stuff like that. It's so much fun. Very, like I said, very exaggerated version of the sport. Instead of 10 yards to get the first down, so you can keep continuing on to see if you can get a touchdown, you get 30. So it just kind of leads to more bigger hits, spectacular plays, a little bit more of a spread out field. It's 7-on-7 versus 11 on 11. So it kind of differs that way. But yeah, and even a whole game could be done in just, I don't know, 15 minutes or something. I think the game that I'm playing that you have just seeing footage of right now, I think I went for like double overtime, and it still took like, I don't know, 13 minutes or something like that. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a fun game, really cool. I think it looks pretty nice considering like the time that it was released in 1998. One kind of annoying thing, and Ty, maybe you know about this too, I don't know, but like, they have the codes that you can enter in whenever you first, like the game is kind of like loading up. There's like three little things, you have to hit buttons, and it's different combinations of little icons and stuff.
Yep.
Like, I was trying to think of, like, after I got done doing my review, I was like, wait a second, I don't remember seeing any weather effects in this game. And apparently, to turn on weather effects, you have to input like a proper code for snow or rain or stuff like that. Like, that's lame. Not that it matters.
Just a little lame, yeah.
It's just, that's such a weird thing to put behind a code. But yeah.
Oh yes, you can do excessive force between the plays. Like you tackle a guy and then you can like just slam him again.
Just jump down on him. It is really literally just almost like wrestling. You're just jumping all over guys. You can come up and just like they'll come up and automatically just like punch guys and knock them over.
Unnecessary roughness. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, yeah. Definitely no flags in this game for that. That's for sure.
just elbow drop that guy.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, he had it coming. Yeah. Like I will say, I think offense is easy enough in this game to play. Defense can be a little bit tough because if you start controlling a defender and you don't look at like what the defensive play is and what he's supposed to do, you'll get him out of position and it'll just leave somebody wide open. So it's just, you kind of got to think about that if you're playing defense, or hope you get lucky and tackle the guy behind the line of scrimmage. But yeah. So one kind of thing I specifically wanted to talk about with this series really is kind of like its longevity, because obviously it's 2025 right now, and there hasn't been an NFL Blitz game in a very, very long time.
Right.
With this,
I heard the NFL now only licenses out to one company at a time. I don't know if that's true or not, but
kind of. I mean, EA obviously has the NFL license right now, but on mobile there is a game called Retro Bowl, which actually there's a version on the Switch as well. I played it on Apple Arcade because I had like a free 3 months or whatever, and it was actually really fun if you're playing it with the controller. You're playing with touch, it's ass. I really hated it. I just didn't like it. But that's more like a Tecmo Bowl type of a thing. So, but yeah, as it stands right now, I think it's highly unlikely that the NFL is gonna get crazy to the point with like how they used to be, back in the 90s and early 2000s and stuff like that, where there were like 3 or 4 NFL licensed games on the market, and Yeah, and I heard too with this one, the NFL just thought it was just way too violent. It was like, this just doesn't. It's not a good representation of our product. It's like, oh, come on.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting to note though. So like on the N64 and PlayStation, there was NFL Blitz, NFL Blitz 2000, NFL Blitz 2001, and then on the N64, NFL Blitz like Special Edition, which came out in 2001. It's almost like it was a Blockbuster exclusive, and yeah, it's almost the same game. I think these type of games, including like NBA Jam versus like the more simulation type of things, yeah, I think this has a broader appeal. But at the same time, the crazy people that are buying Maddens and stuff like that every year, those are very, very different markets, I would say.
I think so. Because
I mean,
I played this,
yeah.
but I would like never played Madden.
Right. But I'm saying too, like, would you feel the need to like, oh man, Blitz, I got it last year. Oh man, I need to get it next year too. Like,
not really, unless it becomes like a competitive game.
okay.
And I would.
Well, yeah. I think at the time, well, I mean, hell, they were getting like Madden Bowls and stuff like that. But that was like that's a whole nother story and stuff like that. But
wasn't Street Fighter 4 like redone like about 8 times every year for like 5 or 6 years?
There was only like one that was like a new SKU, and then like after that it was like you could get the digital updates.
Oh, you didn't need to buy it. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, if you went for the beginning, you needed to buy the game twice, and then you could get updates.
Yeah, I
so,
can't think
so
of any
that
game.
means you can still buy like OG vanilla Street Fighter 4 if you want it for some bizarre reason.
Collector's purposes.
Yeah.
Danny, I just did a little bit of research when you were talking about it. There was one other game which let you take your N64 control pack from your home console to the arcade.
What do we got?
Let me get. Was it Rush?
Totally different genre. No,
Was it Rush?
Nope.
Was it Gauntlet?
Yes.
Yeah, got into same company as Rush.
Makes sense.
Yeah. The Nintendo's only done this like twice, I guess. Like once with the 64 and once with the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
On the GameCube,
I'm not sure if Nintendo would actually have anything to do with it. Like they might have.
Because I mean, that would
with this one, definitely not.
Gone ahead on their own. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. But I was talking about F-Zero on the Cube.
Right.
Apparently, some kind of football game, like other football game, Virtua Striker also did it on GameCube.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like the PlayStation boys have been doing it for much longer. Like Tekken, Ty, I don't know if you did this with Tekken. Tekken 5, Tekken 3 had some console/arcade crossover.
Did it? Because I played both console and arcade, and I don't remember anything. So I remember
it was a Japan thing, yeah. Japan.
Well, I mean, that was when I was an exchange student. I had a Tekken 5 card, and like I could look at the mobile site, like the old ass flip phone mobile site, and it had really cool shit. Like once you like registered your card, like you could like see where your friends were, what like arcades they were playing at, and stuff like that.
Yeah, Japan has this whole amazing history of like arcade stuff. Like it's so much more advanced than any other country. Like these days, what it tends to be is you get a card, like an NFC kind of card, or sometimes an app, and they have whatever the game is, like a fighting game, racing game, and they'll have like a little kind of machine next to it, which only does your kind of save data. So you can't play the game on this machine, but it's just for like, accessing your whatever kind of game it is. If it's a racing game, it's like, sort your cars and, that kind of stuff. And that is still popular right now, even now in Japan. Yeah, it's crazy. So,
back to NFL Blitz. So like I said, this this was a very short-lived series. So, I mean, started in 97 in the arcades, and then yeah, it was on the N64, PlayStation, had Game Boy Color version, PC, Game Boy Advance, and then it moved on to like, you know, PS2, GameCube, and Xbox, moving on to that, those systems. And with that, there were only 3 games that came out on those systems. And the last game in that traditional, like the old Blitz series, was 2003. Then I think I remember back in like 2012, there was like a kind of like a rebirth, like on PS3 and maybe 360, and then it just didn't do well, or just nobody cared. And Chris, you know, Balls brings up something here in the chat too. He says, I don't understand how these type of games stop being popular. Currently, I'm blaming sports betting for it. But man, I wish arcade sports games would come back. Yeah, I think for consoles, it's maybe a little bit tough, because I think back in the day when your phone couldn't do as much as what it can now, casual gamers would have to have some console, and you know, to have some kind of a game that's appealing to them, they would, you know, they'd have to have some kind of a way to play. I think these days it's all phone. So it's like, I don't know if we're going to get back to a time when we can see stuff like this, unfortunately, but it just seems like it'd just be too risky to develop something for a console and have limited, you know, return on it. But I don't know. Am I off base with that assumption? What do you guys think?
Hard to say. Like I feel like NBA Jam and some like spiritual NBA Jam games have been coming out kind of regularly.
Yeah, like actually, I was just checking this last night. There was this game. Oh my god, I can't think of it off the top of my head. It came out in 2018. It was like the second. It's kind of like an NBA Jam thing. It's an NBA 2K game, but it's like a 2-on-2 type of deal. Same thing. There were 2 released in like a year and a half, and then it just stopped.
Yeah,
so it's like,
I think it might be a license thing, and like people don't want to play a football game without an NFL license.
yeah, because even like I said, that Retro Bowl game that's now on iPhone with the license, but you can't buy, you have to have Apple Arcade for that, which is kind of stupid. I hate that. But they have the unlicensed, you know, regular Retro Bowl on Switch. But yeah, like I said, no license. I think you can edit teams and shit, but like that's time consuming.
Yeah. So I mean, I think an NFL Blitz like a real successor could do well, but I don't think they're gonna ever nail down the license.
Yeah, I think so too. It's like even, you know, 2K, like NFL 2K and stuff like that, after they lost the NFL license to EA, like, you know, they tried, but then just people just weren't interested because it was not NFL license. It's the same type of thing, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The XFL problem solved.
Hey, there is like something called the UFO. I think United Football League. It's a spring league. It's going on, but again, people. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think again, what I kind of wanted, the main thing I wanted to say, at least my opinion about this, is like I think NFL Blitz died a pretty slow death. I mean, considering that they had like, I don't know, 6 or 7 games come out. It seemed to me that it was a great idea. I like playing the games and stuff like that. I thought they were fun, but I just don't think the fans were willing to throw down money for it every year like hardcore Madden fans did and still do to this day. So, yeah.
Good luck to him.
Right. Rip.
Football.
Anyways, catching up with the chat here just a little bit as well. Actually, yeah, Balls is a fan of a game called MLB Slugfest. I know what that is. I've never actually played it. Lemonade comment about Street Fighter 4 stuff. He said, Street Fighter 4 3D is the only one I need. Hey, man, me too. It's the only one I got.
I remember way back in the early 2000s when I was doing Planet GameCube shit, maybe before it was Planet GameCube, we found out that Midway was working on a baseball game in the spirit of NBA Jam and NFL Blitz, and we couldn't talk about it, but it was canceled.
Okay.
So I'm just waiting for Midway to come out of the grave and sue me for leaking that now, 20 years later.
That's the old-fashioned definition of cancelled. It just
Yeah.
means they just didn't make the game. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Limited.
Yeah, I think they probably had some playable builds or something. I remember seeing reference to it somewhere else since then.
Sure. Lemonade had another comment here too. He says, "I have no idea if they're good, but it would be funny if Danny bought an Australian football AFL game. Hey, I'd be down to try something out like that. Something
Interesting.
Like that
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder what the differences are. If there's any different rules or anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I know I have an Australian buddy. Maybe he'd be able to let me know. I don't know if he's so much into it though.
I remember downloading a ROM for a cricket game.
Oh yeah,
for like PAL Super Nintendo, just so I could try to learn how to play cricket.
yeah. You need to know
Yeah, there were quite a few. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think all of my friends had at least one cricket game, except me. No.
Yeah, I don't think there was ever a single cricket game in the US that released.
No,
And
At least
vice
on
versa.
Super Nintendo. Yeah.
Baseball
Crap.
games and American football games.
I thought there was an AFL, as in the Arena Football League game that EA made back in the early 2000s. And Arena Football, so like for those of you that don't know, it was like the field is about 50 yards, 50 meters. I don't know what it exactly is. It's basically half the size of like a regular football field or a soccer pitch.
Okay, we're talking about real football. Okay.
No. It's American football, but it's called Arena Football. It was like a spin-off type of version. And
I barely remember
fields,
that.
Shorter fields. They had walls on the side, so people can't really go out of bounds. You just get smashed into the wall.
That's like five-a-side football.
Kind of, but they might have had less. They had to have had less people. They should have had less people. But EA made a game of that.
And give them bats.
Yes, but EA made a game of that. Like EA was making a bunch of like sports sims and stuff like that back in the early 2000s.
It was like Blitzball, the version of American football in a way.
It's Final Fantasy X.
No. Like 20 years before that.
Oh, okay. I'm being serious.
There's a totally different game.
Okay.
For the Amiga, I'm talking about like 1980s.
Okay.
I think it was also called Blitzball, but I'll have to check that. Yeah.
Square Enix should look into that, or maybe the original company should look into
other way around.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell is that?
One last one from Balls before we take it to a little bit of a break here. He said, non-licensed games can be great if they get creative with the naming, much like the NES sports games of the 80s and 90s. Yeah. Some of the sports games had to do stuff like that, or if they don't have the player license or they don't have the team license but have the players, they got to be a little bit creative with that stuff.
Tecmo Bowl, let's go. Let's fucking go.
Oh yeah. Hey man, Madden 64, no NFL license, but they had the NFL Players Association license.
Sorry, it was Speedball.
Speedball.
Yeah.
All right. Alrighty. Well, that is going to do it for new business. So let's go ahead and move on to a little bit of now playing at thefamicast.com.
New game.
Now playing at Famicast.com. Lots of stuff going on the website, YouTube, Patreon, all that type of stuff. And we're going to update you guys on just a little bit of that. For our patrons, we have a Famicast game night that is coming up this weekend. That's Saturday, February 22nd. Be there or be square. Or if you can't make it, I'm going to make a recap video of it. Should be pretty fun. I know Ty is going to be able to make it. Me, Ty, and a few of you guys out there as well. I mean, if you appreciate what we're doing and stuff like that here too, feel free to donate to us. And
join the Patreon and play some games with us this weekend.
It'd be pretty fun. And I just wanted to give a shout out to our patrons as well. We haven't done it in a while. I'm sorry, guys. It's not that we don't love you or care. It's just, God, it's me. So I just want to give a shout out to our current patrons. All of you guys, I'll go ahead and read out your names here. A special thanks to Scott Kubish, Carmine Red, Trent Brown, Russ Greeno, the devil himself, Ricky Jones, Nova Kane, Mike, Lemonade, James Allen, John Cario, Addison, Peter, Joel, Balls, and Rich. Thank you guys so much for your support over the years. We really appreciate it. If you ever supported us too, hey man, really thanks. Even just watching as you are right now or listening, we appreciate that too.
We salute you.
Exactly. But yeah, lots more stuff. Like I said, lots more stuff coming up on the website and YouTube and Patreon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. All this and more. That's right.
You guys want to see some? You guys want to see some Speedball 2? Probably the greatest.
Hell yeah!
I mean, this is what we were playing instead of fucking American football or NFL Blitz or whatever the fuck. This is what we were playing.
This looks
Are they
sick.
throwing a marble?
It's It's a football made of metal, dude. You
Okay.
fucking throwing it around the place.
Looks like a
into a
baseball.
goal. I guess it's like handball, but like everyone's, I guess, in metal armor. Or
I did
robots.
not know what handball was until I came to Japan.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank God.
This is like super fun. This is like a Amiga game.
No, it
And,
looks fun.
Yep.
Hell
Good
yeah.
dig.
Versus
Okay,
Down,
then.
please.
Mm.
Good team names already.
All right. Well, you guys actually might have to remind me what time it is. I don't know who can do it. Ty? Do you know what?
It's February.
Yes, it is. Okay.
And the JAPANews.
That's right, folks. It's that time of the show. We're gonna hit you in the face with some JAPANews. We got some actual Japanese JAPANews to talk about here, and some other general things as well. So let's just go ahead and kick it off. And Ty, would you mind taking that first?
Sure. All right, game trials are back, baby.
Yeah.
For the first time in 2025 in Japan. The first game to be featured this year is none other than Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
We have some fans on the show.
What is it? What is it like? 300 yen anyway? Like
yeah, I mean,
400
that strike me as odd.
499.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
By all accounts. The trial started on Monday, February 17th, and will run into next Monday, February 24th. So that's like 5 days from recording.
Right.
The game will also be on sale for 349 yen, down from 499 yen.
Yes.
All
Well,
right.
I was
Jesus
looking
Christ.
too, because like there is like DLC and stuff, right?
that's true. Yeah.
And because I was looking, because I was like, man, that's piddly. Then I was thinking, I want to try some of the new stuff. And I was like, oh.
Did they
You
do
got,
a
like,
Castlevania
Castlevania,
collaboration?
right?
Yeah.
That and a couple of other things too. So I mean,
Which you won't be able to play with this trial.
well, I mean,
You'll
you
have to
could buy
that.
it. You could buy it.
Oh yeah, well it's on sale, right? So
Yeah.
buy why it's on sale and then buy the DLC. Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
And usually, like the sale will last about 2 weeks, a week or two longer than the actual game trial itself here. So I think the sale goes on or is on until like March 3rd. And again, if you're looking to pinch pennies, like you buy off the Japanese eShop, because I think this game also, I know this game has English support, so you can check that.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's just kind of a pain in the ass getting like Japanese prepaid cards. Well, it's not that big.
Oh yeah.
Just go play.
But if you can, like, wow, that's like half price for Americans, right?
Yeah, no, you can
the
get some really good deals on stuff like that if you're willing to go the little bit of it's not even extra mile, I'd say extra few feet.
How much is Tears of the Kingdom? Like, that's the most expensive game on Switch, right? Is it like 8,000?
No, it's like 77,000.
77,000. So
like,
that's
no,
like for Americans, that's $35.
No, I don't think it's that cheap, but it is. I think it's cheaper than the retail. Like, yeah, there are some games that. Wow. Okay, never mind. Maybe we'll get into something what I'm going to say in here a little bit, but yeah, that's the thing about Japan. The first party prices vary depending on genre, series, and stuff like that.
$50. 77,000. Yeah, 7,700 yen is $50 right now.
Still cheap. Yeah, still cheaper than retail. That's for sure.
And I think that would be $70 in America, right? The official price. So you said,
yeah. What I thought it was $59.99, or is that fuck, man?
I think it's $59.99. Could be wrong. But
yeah. Anyways, okay. Yes. I wanted just to mention something really quick too. Like James said that he picked up TOEM earlier on a sale. There's actually a huge sale going on right now on the Japanese eShop. Again, I mean, hell, we don't get any money from this. So like, hey man, if you want to save yourself a couple of bucks, you can. There's a bunch of third-party games and stuff like that on sale. We have an article over on the website, famicast.com. You just scroll down a little bit. You should be able to see that and see what's all on sale. I believe that sale runs until the 26th, next Wednesday, a week from the time that we're recording. So check that out. There's a lot of cool games on there. Some pretty heavy discounts too. So, but the main thing that I want to talk about, not just that. So the news just dropped just yesterday about how the Nintendo Gold Point program is basically just going away.
Rip.
And yeah, it was just out of nowhere. I mean, it kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't really expecting this to happen or anything, but here we are. This is the world we live in.
It's like, yeah, what we're going to announce we're going to show the new console in a couple of months. So people are going to stop buying Switch games when that comes out. So going to force people to use all their coins. Is this your real screenshot, Danny?
Yeah, it's actually my screenshot. Yeah.
What, you have that many gold coins?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Well, it's just like I save them up and then
That's
just,
a lot.
usually, I save them up till I usually get about this many and then I'll drop them.
Is that like $13, I guess?
Yeah, it's like about 1,400 yen or something. So yeah, about
Damn.
wow. Yeah, in dollars, it's probably like about 2 cents right now. So the exchange rate, but
I tend, well, probably as you can probably notice, I tend to buy just like smaller games with them, or like get a little bit of discount. Yeah,
sure.
I feel like if you're using like 300 yen off a 600 yen game, it's like half price.
Yeah.
But if you use it to get money off of like a $60 game, then it's just like, it just feels like you're not getting anything.
Right.
It's weird. Just my mentality.
Yeah. So with this deal, and so these gold points are going, basically the ability to earn gold points is going to end on March 25th, 2025, 1:30 p.m. Japan time. That's the 24th, 9:30 Pacific in the United States. I'm sorry, I'm not sure exactly off the top of my head what that is in the UK or other countries around the world, but basically around those times, Nintendo posted stuff on social media all over the world, like your region, so you can find out the exact date of this. There are some kind of caveats to this, I guess. I mean, the points that you have are still valid for 12 months. So if you have any points now, you still have from 12 months from when you earn them to use them. So even if you were to gain some gold coins or gold points or whatever on like that last day, you have a year to use them.
Yeah.
And then for physical games, you're still going to be able to get gold points for those as long as it's a game that was released before this March 25th or March 24th or whatever time. And
I remember this was a step down from what they had for Wii U, if you remember, Danny, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was it called? That system? You could only get it if you had the black Wii U.
I had it too. Yeah.
The deluxe program. Because that was like 10% or something. It was really good.
Yeah, it was very generous. Very generous.
And then when this came out, this is 5% or?
Yeah, 5% for digital and then 1% for physical.
Yeah. So down from like 10% to 5 or 1. It's like, and then now to nothing.
I mean, hell, Wii U, they had to do something, man. Try to get people to buy games and stuff, to entice people into the ecosystem and whatever.
Danny, the other part of this, the vouchers, right?
Oh, yes. Thank you. So of course, Nintendo Switch vouchers, when I first saw this news, I thought, oh my God, they're going to get rid of vouchers too. No, Nintendo Switch vouchers are still here. You can still get vouchers, but the voucher tickets will not be able to be used on Switch 2 titles, Switch 2 exclusive titles. Actually, the exact wording, oh my gosh, games exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 system. So, I mean...
from this, my take, I posted this on Bluesky earlier today, but my take from this is, from not having the game vouchers be compatible with Switch 2 games, first of all Switch 2 games are going to be $70 minimum. That's a guarantee. I can tell you that right now. And two, if there are any games that are Switch 1 and Switch 2 compatible, like cross-compatible, like, for example, Metroid Prime 4, something like that, they will not have an upgrade path, because it sounds like they're trying to kind of separate the pricing here. So like, there's no crossover between Switch 1 and Switch 2 in terms of pricing. It's like, because otherwise the vouchers would work for both, right? It's like, no, these are Switch 1 vouchers. They will not be used for anything to do with Switch 2. So yeah, to me, that tells me that, if, for example, Metroid Prime 4 has a dual version, like the Switch 1 version is $60 and the Switch 2 version is $70, you can't buy the Switch 1 version and then pay $10 to upgrade it. I don't think Nintendo are going to do that, unfortunately. That's what this news tells me. But I could be wrong, but
Sure. I totally agree on the price hike, especially for other countries. Like Japan's weird. as you guys know, like even if you go outside of Nintendo's ecosystem, pricing is different. It literally just depends on the series. It depends on the publisher. It just depends sometimes on individual games.
Depends if it has anime or not.
Kind of. It's like Final Fantasy games are like 10,000 yen. Nintendo games, first party games, bare minimum like 6,500 yen. But like I said, Zelda is like 7,700. Xenoblade, I forgot which one. One of them was like, I don't know, like almost 9,000 yen, almost because like, it's like the anime tax.
There you go.
And stuff like that. So it's going to be kind of odd to see how that's going to affect Japanese pricing, I think.
Yeah. Anime boobs definitely add at least 3,000 yen, right, Ty?
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe there'll be a Switch 2 voucher system or a different kind of system, different kind of reward system. We can only hope, but
sure.
I don't know. I think I'm more looking forward to the eShop just getting a reset. Like, I just want to have a better eShop. Like, want it to be faster, and I want it to be curated, like the Switch one was at the start.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Like certain games, you can't have that game. The quality is not good enough to be on the Switch. Yeah, fucking hell. They dropped that quick.
No, it's finding things on the Switch right now are a mess. I rarely go to the eShop unless I know what I'm going to buy. It's just it's so messy. I mean, people thought Steam was bad or is bad. It's like, I don't know, man. The Switch eShop is pretty terrible right now for a lot of reasons.
A lot of games with the word hentai in.
Oh, yeah.
With pretty AI generated imagery.
Oh yeah. It's fucking yeah. But I think we're missing the thing that this probably means, guys. This probably means that Miiverse is coming back. No, I was kind of like pondering this. I was thinking like, the most illogical answer to all of this is that Miiverse is coming back, and it's all going to be coming back. No, actually, no, it doesn't even make any sense at all. I mean, no, more or less like with the coins, just like that. Maybe they are going to try to make some kind of social app. Okay, no, that's not going to happen. Who knows? It might happen.
Who knows?
Anyway, JC, do you want to talk about the next?
Oh, this one, we need images for this one.
I got
some images.
Yep.
So I think this might have been in the news in the last episode, but we didn't see it in time, I guess. And that's the patents or patents, depending on how you want to pronounce it.
Peyton was an American football player, played for Chicago Bears. Walter Payton.
So these are for the new Joy-Cons for Switch 2, and it's pretty much an official, it's going to be a mouse, because, in that teaser trailer, they showed them kind of zipping around like a mouse, but there were no hands on it. But these images clearly show, it's a mouse. You can use it like a mouse.
Are you sure that's a hand?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, it could be some kind of hentai octopus thing.
I wonder if I could just Bluetooth it to my PC. That would be kind of sick.
Yeah. I mean, hell, you could. I mean, couldn't you do that with the Joy-Con, kind of, James? Or do you remember? I thought I remember reading something about that.
The Switch Pro controller is just straight up in the Steam library. You can just select it. It's one of the controllers.
I think you could do it with the Wiimote, but you needed to have a little additional software.
Yeah. There's no hacking needed for the Switch for the Pro, at least. You just plug it in, USB, boom, you're done. But I don't know, maybe. But the most dual-handed mouse controller. I don't know if anyone's ever going to do this. Like, it's kind of weird having two mice at the same time. Like, what? Yeah. Maybe it's just to show you can use your left hand and your right hand. You can, whatever, left-handed, right-handed. One of them shows like what I would expect the games to do. Yeah, this one where you're just holding the controller normally in your left hand, and then your right hand is moving it in a mouse type way.
Sure.
I think I can imagine playing a first-person shooter like this. I think that would work pretty well. There's another image showing the little attachments, the wrist strap. Oh, well, we'll do that one last, Danny. Did you get that?
Those are the ones I did not.
Okay. So there's the little wrist strap attachments are also magnetized. So they're going to be way easier to clip on, like
Good.
unlike the horrendous things on the Switch 1,
Terrible.
which, are so easy to put on the wrong way,
Yep.
and they don't smoothly go on.
Nope.
New ones are just like click, click, magnetize, boom, done. So I don't know if that means... Well, I think the wrist strap is not really the key point for that, is it? It's the thing that's going to make it easy to use it as a mouse. It's kind of like protects the side of the controller, because you don't want to jam the side of the controller on your desk, right? You need some kind of soft, cushion between the Joy-Con and the desk, right?
Sure.
Your desk. So I think, those magnetized things are going to be very useful, and it's really important that they're easy to put on, right?
Yeah.
Because if you want to go into mouse mode, you just want to click it on, magnets, boom.
Because I'm wondering too. I mean, maybe I know we mentioned this in the episode where we talked about Switch 2 before, but I think a lot of people are going to be playing on the sofa, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how that works out using that on like an armrest or something like that, or your lap or something. Hopefully, I mean, it's Nintendo, so if they're going to do something weird or crazy in this vein, I think if anybody could do it, they could.
Yeah, PC gamers exclusively use desks. There's no way around that. Unless you're using a laptop and
Steam Deck or something, but
that's why they did the Steam Deck.
Right.
That's something to think about. I mean, it's kind of funny, but my living room, I actually have the perfect Switch 2 setup. I have like a little coffee table in front of my TV, and I often just sit on a cushion on the floor, just when I'm watching TV or playing games.
Back to the floor.
Yeah. And then I could just easily, I've kind of just kind of acted it out just with a Switch 1 Joy-Con. I'm like, I could do this. I've kind of I'm already planning how I can play these games.
Sure.
How comfortable it would be to play for hours upon end, that's another question.
Yeah. I'm on the right side of the sofa, and I could easily see myself using the mouse on like the arm, as long as my cat doesn't like attack my hand when I'm
You've got a coffee table in front of your TV.
Yeah, I do. And my wife and I, we sit down there and eat. And if we have guests over, eat there too. So same thing. I could. It's just, I cannot sit down on the floor as long as what I used to. I'm fucking 40 years old now, guys.
Style. But the most interesting thing, which is brand new, is the Switch 2 Pro controller, which is, it's just a patent version, so it's very not final product kind of image. But the left side and the right side of the Joy-Con, the Pro controller are disconnected. So this then makes you think, well, okay, so the Pro controller also can magnetize together, and there's an image of somebody holding just the right side of the Pro controller in a kind of I don't know what you call it, like a mouse style, but like it's put like the side of the Pro controller downwards,
right,
and there's no left side, there's no left grip, so it's like I exclusively play with my Pro controller. I literally never use my Joy-Cons ever. Only if I very rarely, play portably, and I very rarely do. So I could see this being kind of interesting. So you're playing with the Pro controller, and then you just hit a button on the back, it breaks apart, and then you can, use it in mouse mode.
Sure. Yeah.
Or maybe you just use left side of the Pro controller as the control part, and then the right side is the mouse.
Right. I mean, Lemonade too. He says, "That's the Pro controller. That looks awkward." I mean, well, again, these are just patents, as some of us call these.
Yeah. Then they're not going to show the finished product, are they? Yeah. No, that's why these things are very kind of rudimental. They're just like,
right.
This is the basic functionality. We don't know what that secret button is going to do. Yeah, I think it's on these images.
I don't see it on this.
The C button.
I don't see it here. At least not on
the Pro. It's not on the Pro controller. I think it's on the Joy-Con pattern. Yeah, if you have a look. Oh no, it's not on that one. Oh, they took it off. Okay, so they're really keeping that secret.
Yeah.
This could easily be just a Switch 1 one.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I mean, whenever they were, because I mean, you know, these patents and stuff like this, when they come out public, it's like, this is brand new and filed yesterday. Like, no, usually this is something that had been filed, you know, a while ago, right? So
exactly, yeah, and this is so people don't know anything about it,
right?
Yeah,
Azek too. I think he's on point. It's like it looks like a Virtual Boy controller. It kind of does.
Did at the same time.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it'd be a cool idea, and it would definitely solve the situation where if you wanted to use this new potential feature of like a mouse for a controller, and you don't want to use a Joy-Con because you feel they're too small or something. This is another invalid way.
Keep in mind that the Virtual Boy controller was famously comfortable on like the rest of the system.
Yeah, that had like D-pad on both sides, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yep.
Full-size D-pads too, right? I'm pretty sure it had to be.
Yeah,
like
they were
N64 and NES, Super Nintendo. Yeah, man, those are good D-pads. What the hell, Nintendo?
Yep.
There we go. Yep. So yeah, getting exciting. So
this thing looks like a meat thermometer or a barcode scanner.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
The children yearn for the mines.
They do.
So we're about a month and a bit.
Yeah.
Month and a half away from the full reveal, aren't we?
Yep. Here we are.
Did you get your response from Nintendo, Danny, about if you got into the
things the thing for the event? I mean, the Nintendo Switch experience that closes tomorrow, I believe, but we won't be informed here in Japan until March 19th, I believe.
Okay.
I believe. It's been like a month since I've looked at it, but yeah.
Take your word for it, mate.
Yes. And just this last little bit here too. So yeah, I mean, Sony had their State of Play just a couple of days ago, I believe, and there were a couple of games on there that were shown off that could potentially be things that might be appearing on Switch too. And James put this together for that too. I mean, just to list them off here: Monster Hunter Wilds, Shinobi, Art of Vengeance, Sonic Racing Cross Walls. I think that's a given. Digimon Story, Time Stranger. Maybe Borderlands 4. We'll just kind of have to cross our fingers and see which one of these will. Dude, you think about like a Sonic racing game, they'd be absolutely stupid if they don't even put that on Switch 1. That'd be dumb, just given the amount of like people that actually own the thing. But yeah,
the weird thing about the Sonic game, not that it's a Sonic game, but it's a cross-world, so it's they're actually mixing it up with other things, like other game series. Like I don't think they showed anything that from anything other than other Sonic games, but they had like, you know, Sonic Colors, Sonic whatever. They had a lot of different kind of non-racing game Sonic stuff in the game. Yeah, but it's weird. I saw this rumor. It was like, oh, it's got Minecraft in it. But then the trailer showed and there was nothing about Minecraft in it. I don't know where that came from. Talking out their ass.
Right.
But it's kind of wild that Sega did the kind of the crossover thing before Nintendo.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know. I think only one of the Sonic games actually did that, right? Like the ones that had I think the Xbox one had Banjo in it, right, Ty?
Seriously?
Wait, which one?
The one that had all the
Sonic racing games.
Yeah, the different. Yeah, the Xbox exclusive.
I think you're
was
right. Actually, I think that was a thing. Yes.
Wow.
I don't remember the PlayStation exclusive. Maybe like Crash Bandicoot or some shit.
Heihachi.
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, but it had like Wreck-It Ralph and like, you know, the guy from Yakuza game and
that shit. Like, didn't they have like Ryu Hazuki in one of those games too?
Yeah, he had the forklift.
Yeah, you got to drive as Shinmu.
That was like the best idea ever, and they just trashed it for the next game.
I'm a fan of that game. I couldn't get any of you fuckers to play it with me.
I own it. That's my excuse.
Right. Nobody owns it.
James, what's yours?
I own it.
No, I didn't have it. That was for the Wii U, right? That was like Wii U, Xbox One game?
360.
Oh, 360. Really?
I believe so. Was there an Xbox One version? I'm not so sure.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, Wii U was 2012, so I mean, and Xbox One was 2013, so was a PS4. So
Yeah, I think it was Wii U / Xbox One. Yeah.
Just to again, James, about the events, like I double checked from the Nintendo Switch thing, and so the for the Nintendo Switch experience in Japan, like the registration for that closes tomorrow on February 20th, and then we'll know if we are going in a month from now, literally from right now on March 19th. So fingers crossed. And hopefully the system's it won't be out by next month, but anyways. All right. Well, that is going to do it for the JAPANews. So for you audio listeners, we're going to go ahead and move on to some feedback rather. For those of you sticking around with us here with the video show, and you should, even if you listen to audio, come over to the video. Check this out. We're going to move on to some anime trash with Ty.
And I have to leave at this point.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks
avert your innocent eyes.
Right.
From
Just show me one thing, and then
all right. First box is from Toriba. I just knocked over all the others, so you have to walk over and get those.
Perfect.
All right. So as usual, I play UFO catchers every day. I spend my free tickets, of which I have a substantial amount. All right. So Toriba, they're generous with free tickets, but it tends to be like really hard bullshit, so it's rare to get anything from them, but I have something from them.
Ooh.
You guessed it. Bunny girl figure.
Bunny girl with boobs.
What's her name from Date Alive?
Date Alive.
Yeah.
That'll do, Donkey. That'll do.
All right.
All right, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good show.
All right. Night, James.
Peace.
It's pretty tall.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah, like a lot of these are really big. They're a pain in the ass to pack.
That's what he said, or she said.
Dang. Okay.
Burn.
Let's see. Yeah. And I am trying to save money on moving, so you can rest assured I've not spent any money to get these, or very little.
All
right, let's see. This is from Molly Online.
Mm-hmm.
They've been pretty generous with their free tickets lately, and they let you play the funny ping pong ball takoyaki ones. So just law of averages. Like if you just play a random one every day, you're probably gonna get a couple things every month, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Oh yes, you guessed it. Bunny girl. Oh, bubble
Bunny
wrap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say quintuplet, bunny girl, or
no, it's another Date
Feast.
Alive character. They have a set.
All right.
These things tend to come out in sets.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll open it up. This one's a bit cuter and more colorful. Right? So I kind of want to show it. Yeah, check it out. Hey, she's so happy.
Yeah. Okay. That's not. Yeah. Okay.
It's not egregiously sexual.
Yeah.
Right.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Last episode, the cow print Albedo.
Right. What's her
was
name? Balbedo,
Albedo, yeah.
Albedo, that too.
Yeah, that one was pretty damn horny. Okay,
Right.
one more box is tumbled all the way over here.
Okay.
Hold on.
While Ty's doing that, there is a comment here from Lemonade, and he says, always good to get a bunny girl from Lemonade.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So I don't know, maybe when I move into my new apartment, I'll just have a wall of bunny girls. I could set that up.
Dude, yeah, it's just make your own rooms inside of the room.
Yeah. I could literally do that. I have enough anime figures to make a partition or a little castle.
It's this Leo Palace is a 5-bedroom apartment.
Oh wow, look who it is.
We got Miko.
Albedo. Let's go.
All right.
I guess this is just kind of the casual hanging out kind of thing.
Dress outfit thing.
It's a noodle stopper, I guess. That's what it says.
Okay. That's a big damn noodle stopper. Shit.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. It's kind of it. It's probably not so big in the box, but
Sure.
like it's kind of light. But yeah, I've never once used these to stop noodles.
Right. Yeah. Not many people do probably. Now that
Yeah,
you
I mean they're kind of great for like just putting on the edge of a desk or whatever.
right.
Yep. All right, so I think that's all my anime trash. I haven't misplaced any boxes.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
More trash for the trash fire.
Right. Short but sweet. And yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to a little bit of feedback from you guys. And if you guys have any feedback for us, feel free to drop us a line. You can send us more longer form stuff at our email, thefamicast@gmail.com. Hit us up on social media at the Famicast, or sound off in the comments, sound off in the live chat like some of you guys have already been doing. And you can get your comment or whatever read out on the show. And actually, Ty, there was one of these that was directed towards you, and it was from the last episode of the show. This comes from a friend of the show, Rakia, who's been, I know he's been listening for a long time, but you know, in your new business last episode, you were talking about what are other ways that companies can basically implement storytelling into games. And do you want to just kind of read what he said there? I have it down there.
Yeah, I actually opened it up in another window here.
Oh, okay, cool.
So yeah, Rakia says, I guess they could have you unlock more story the farther you get in a fighting game. Like from getting achievements as you win matches, and then you could watch it on the console, or maybe just like a companion mobile app that's linked to your Nintendo or Microsoft or whatever account. Yeah, that's an idea. But measuring like progress in a fighting game is difficult and weird because like, you know, some people will like play to like master rank online in Street Fighter, and some people will never get past silver.
Right. It's me.
Because they don't have the chops for it or whatever. And so
it's me.
That would really be like a good way to do story. But I mean, then again, like Street Fighter doesn't have like multi-hour long lore dumps.
Right,
is,
true.
Which is kind of the kind of game I was like really thinking about. And another thought occurred to me when I was reading this. Did you ever play Metal Gear Solid 2?
Kind of. I mean, I owned it at one point, but I am just not good at those games. So like, yeah.
So I think in 2, or maybe it was like just the Substance version.
Okay.
There was like a whole ass fucking book
you
could read from the menu.
Okay.
All right. It wasn't that long, but it was a big text dump, and it was really fun to read.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that got me thinking. Killer Instinct had like official story text content on their website. When it was under the purview of Iron Galaxy.
Okay.
And
so the original transmedia property.
Yeah. And that they actually hinted at like upcoming characters and balance changes if you paid really close attention.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was pretty easily able to guess like what like the last DLC character they were gonna do was. And actually told the lead on it, Keats, Adam Hart, like when I saw him at Killer Instinct World Cup, like I told him I think the last character is Eagle, and he had an amazing poker face.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, you know, like this isn't really maybe this is a little bit different, but you know, one thing that I think is kind of cool that you do see in some re-releases of RPGs and stuff like that, or even like sometimes more modern RPGs or whatever, but like they give you the ability to turn off like battles or just turn on battles and stuff like that. Like I find that incredibly useful because sometimes I'm just playing to grind right now. This is it. I'm just grinding up my characters. When I'm done grinding, I'm like, all right, now it's time to play the story. Turn off these random encounters. Let's go and we'll fight some bosses or do whatever. A little bit different than I think from what you're saying. It's specifically like separating.
I think it ties in because sometimes, you know, you're in the mood to play the video game and sometimes you're not and you just want to chill and absorb the storytelling.
Right. And like I maybe I mentioned this in the last episode too, but like, you know, sometimes you're just in a situation where you're just like, man, I can't focus on a story right now. So
Right.
grinding is easy. It's mindless, but I'm still having fun. You know, I
Yeah,
could watch a
so-
baseball game, or I could put this thing down and go play with my cat for a couple minutes and then go back to it, as opposed to
Yeah,
like
so-
story. It's yeah.
So I think there's interesting ways to kind of separate those and feed them to the player in different ways.
Sure.
And I would like to see that explored a little more.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
like I said, like sitting upright playing the video game and then laying back in bed
Yeah.
watching the story on your phone or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if I think there's a lot of potential there if game designers start designing for that.
Hmm.
Yep. Did I have another example?
Sorry, I didn't mean to like
I feel like I had some, but the thought has left my head.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess on that note, there were a bunch of other comments on YouTube and stuff like that. Some really good ones. A lot of stuff, a couple things on NFL Blitz, a couple things on like Japanese baseball games. Actually, some really nice comments. I appreciate all that stuff out there, guys. I read them all. And I try to respond to stuff individually if possible, or read them out here on the show. But thank you guys for that. Appreciate it. But that's going to bring Famicast 287 to a close. So before we bounce out of here, we're going to go ahead and give you guys our social media handles so you can follow us wherever we are. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at DannyBiv, DANNY. And Ty, where can people find you?
Super Cat Drugs on platforms. Join the Discord.
Yeah, for sure. James is also over on Bluesky. You can find him at Fammy Complicated, and he has a bunch of stuff out there. I don't know about you, Ty, but like my personal social media account is just dying. Like I mean, my usage at least. Like I don't really post anything anymore. It's just like
Yeah, me too. I have no urge to post. I basically just use Twitter to track the Killer Instinct bi-weeklies. We have it here in Japan.
Yeah, I'm usually just tracking Japanese gaming news or so other stuff like that. It's as somebody's really cool Twitter account said, rapidly what is it? Rapidly dying social media.
Oh yes, the Scrub Quotes name. Scrub Quotes at rapidly dying social media platform.
Yes,
with like a picture of the Bluesky account in the header.
Nice. All right. Well, again, that is going to do it for the show. Of course, thank you guys out there for watching and listening. We really appreciate it. Ty, thanks for sticking out here till the end. And we will catch you guys next time.
Peace, brothers.
Peace.